Hey, what's up, guys? It is the Ace Michaels Show. I'm Ace Michaels, and it's my show. And those two things have firmly been established. Today on my show, I have a talent manager. If you have talent, you might want to send us a message after this and get in touch with Yessenia Canyon is on the show today. She manages music artists in Las Vegas. Welcome to the show, Yessenia.
Thank you for having me.
Did I say your name right? Yessenia, right?
Yessenia.
Yessenia.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I really don't know.
So you could tell people anything.
I hope it doesn't just say, I have to say yes all the time, but.
Right. That's funny. Right. It means yes. I'm affirmative with every decision is going to be yes.
It's going to be yes and it's going to be done.
So you could go and you could say that meant like beautiful flower or something. You could just make up something.
I should have made up something, huh?
You could be like, my name means queen and goddess. My name means pay to the order of.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So much stuff you can do with that. But anyway, okay, so Yessenia, you manage talent in Vegas. I'm not really sure why. I want to know, why would you take on such a challenging, that's a tough profession right there.
It is tough. It was
A death wish or something?
Wait, are you trying to scare me now?
No, I mean, it's really hard to manage talent.
It is, especially, I have multiple artists that I manage. One is a little hard, but managing 9 artists is a handful. Yes.
Oh, my God. You only got 9 lives. Why you want 9 artists? That's just
might as well
asking
use
for
all 9 lives, right?
Okay, so tell me without naming any names, because I don't want the artist to come back to you and say, well, how come you didn't say I was the best artist?
Oh, gosh, they always ask me this.
Without any names being said, some of these artists have something that you love about each one of them, but what is the one thing you love about your favorite artist?
I can't say I have a favorite artist because, like you just said, they're all unique. Even though it's hip-hop, they all have their own unique style.
Come on, even every mom has a favorite kid. You
But
can't
they don't
just love
say,
them
they
all
don't say.
equally. Come on now.
Okay. I mean, overall, I think my favorite artist would be the one that's driven, the one that's really out there and trying to get everything done. When I tell them, we need new music out, we need a new video out, that's the type of person that I know that's going to get it done. That's the person that's driven. That's my favorite artist. And it can always change, because it could be the next month. Maybe he'll be slacking a little bit, but my other artist is picking up. But I really can't say that I really have one true favorite artist.
So give me an idea, like, what can artists do to be ready for your services? Like, what does an artist need to do to get a real professional manager? Because a lot of times, I'm just going to call it what it is. A lot of times artists don't know the business. And you got to know the business, right?
You're correct. You need to know at least a little bit, at least start knowing the knowledge of what you want to do. Because when you come to me, I want to make sure you're already on some kind of platform. I don't want to start with someone, hey, I want to just start doing music. That's a lot of work right there. Starting from scratch. I need someone that has already built a platform. Give me something that I could work on, that I could build on that, on top of what you have already done. Because you can only do so much by yourself. And once you get to that limit of what you can do for yourself, then that's when you start getting a team together that could give you even more to what you are right now.
And what about this looming elephant in the room about social media? Social media has a lot of artists thinking they don't need a manager, they don't need a record label, they don't need a lawyer. You go, hey man, so you're doing well at your music career? And they go, yeah. And you go, okay, well, what record labels are you working with? They're like, I'm working with Distro Kid. And it's like, whoa, I've never heard anybody get a Grammy and say special thanks to Distro Kid. Like, you need a team, right?
You do need a team. There's a lot of independent artists out there that want to do as much as they can by themselves. But it depends on how far they want to go. Now, if they really want to push it to as high as they can, they do need a team. They need a team that will go ahead and guide them the right way. You need to be in a label to help you out because that team is going to help you even push even further. You go ahead and push as much as you can through social media. It's not that hard, but depending on how far you want to go with your music.
Have you ever dropped a artist?
Have I dropped an artist?
Yeah. Have
Yes.
you dropped an artist?
Yes.
You dropped more than one artist?
Yes.
Have you dropped more than like the fingers on your hand artists through the years?
Just
Would
a few.
would
No,
you
there
be
was
in
more
trouble?
that I had to turn down from the beginning because, again, they wanted me to help them from the beginning.
Are you still on your hands or are you on your toes at this point with the artists that had to be dropped?
I know I do a lot, but I don't do everything for them. So,
Right.
like I said, they have to at least be someplace in the platforms where I have something to work with.
So let's dispel the illusion. So what does a manager do? Because the artists also have the wrong ideas. I did when I was an artist. I thought a manager was supposed to pay my rent for like 3 months so that I could work on music and not have a job. That's wrong. That's just not happening right there.
Yes, I get that a lot too. They're more depending on the manager to go ahead and pay for their studio, pay for their stuff, pay for videos. That's fine. I'll go ahead and give you that option. I'll pay for it, but guess what? Then I own your song. I own your video.
Whoa.
Yes. And that's how
You just killed my high. Wait
that's
a
the
minute.
bigger labels,
What the
as
hell
we know.
are you
Yes.
talking about?
If I'm investing in your music,
Whoa.
yes.
Raw deal, bro. Raw deal. So, okay, but that makes sense to me from a
A
business
manager
standpoint.
manages your business, manages your product.
Yeah.
They are my product. I manage them. I book them. I book them for interviews, shows, stuff like that. I push them out there. I make them known to the world. They're the artists, and I help them out if they need. Okay, I need, people or certain things for this video. I'll help them out and go seek what they need.
Mm-hmm.
But to pay for all that, that's fine. I can do that, but then I own the rights to your stuff.
So now, if you don't mind me asking, for you to pay for all that, does this mean that you're independently wealthy? Like, how do you pay for all that stuff?
No.
Because your only job is management, right?
Right.
So then you get just paid commission off of what the artists make. So how do you have enough money to support them if they're not making enough money to go in the studio? See, this is a vicious circle. This is like a dog running around in a circle right here.
It is. But then as much as what I do, which I go, grind, I go hustle, I try to go ahead and push them network, they need to do the same thing. So you can't be an artist that's not able to invest in themselves. If you cannot invest yourself financially, then you're not ready to be an artist.
Say that part again, because I think that's the part a lot of these people are missing. Like, I got artists, because, we run a studio here, right?
Yeah.
And we do recordings, and I got artists calling me on the phone all the time. It goes like this. I'm like, good afternoon, professional production company. How can I help you? And they're like, yeah, this is Mr. Fantabulous. I was like, okay, Mr. Fantabulous, how can I help you? Yeah, man, I need to get in y'all studio, and I want to record. I want to make a music video. I want to make an EPK. I need a website built. Okay, what's your budget?
Crickets.
Exactly. Or the ultimate answer is, well, see, that's the problem. No, that can't be the problem. If that's the problem, then this is too problematic to work. Like, you got to have, I like what you said, you got to be willing to invest in yourself, in your own dream. Come on. Elon Musk invests in his dream. Trump invests in his dream. Steve Jobs invests in his dream. Like, you got to invest in yourself, right?
You are your product. You got to go ahead and invest in a product. When you're trying to, you create something, you want to go ahead and sell this product, you want to put it out there. You have to spend money in order to make that money. So you need to invest in yourself, invest in the studio time, invest on your videos, invest in marketing in order to get to where you want to.
Okay, so tell us from a manager's perspective. Artist comes to you, you believe in them, right? Him or her, you believe in them, pronoun they, and they just don't have the money. So you say, to what advice would you give to them to get the money together for their career? Because this career is going to take a lot of money. It's not easy. It's not going to be ever free.
Right. And that's what I tell them from the beginning. You have to invest in yourself. If you cannot right now, then come back to me when you're ready with that. We could set a plan what you can do right now, because there's a lot of stuff that you could do for free. You could promote You could promote yourself for free.
Mm-hmm.
You could go ahead and push your music in a lot of this music reviews that they have now all over different platforms that you could have other people to listen to your music.
But telling
But it
them,
only takes you to a limit.
yeah, but telling them that is almost like breaking more hearts than Elvis Presley at a barnyard dance. Like that's a that's a bitter pill to swallow. What you just told them right there. Like I thought I was gonna get it easy because I'm an artist and people in my high school said I'm cute. My mama said I'm the best singer. You know what I mean? And then I come and meet you and you tell me I'm gonna have to spend my own money on my own dream. This sucks.
It does.
As they're kicking rocks in the parking lot, walking away.
Unless if they could find someone that would sponsor them, there's people that would sponsor them. But again, if you want somebody else to spend their money, guess what? They get a percentage or they get the whole thing that they own. They own your music, they own your videos, all that.
Cold hard math, people. So Yessenia, you being a woman and a beautiful woman, by the way.
Thank you.
I can understand if like this might be easier for you if you weren't so attractive, but you're an attractive woman in a male-dominated industry. So here we go with that. Is that more problematic for you, or is it more of a benefit? Like because you're pretty, do you think guys doors open for you more?
It's a little bit of both. Like you said, it is a male-dominated industry, and it is hard for any female that has come into the music industry, whether they're an artist or they're a manager, producer, whatever they are, for being just a female, whether you're really attractive or you're not. It's just hard because they don't want to take you seriously.
So let's help the ladies out. Not that anybody wants to take your job, because your job is very, very not enviable. You got a tough job. But for someone new in the entertainment business, some young gal, she's 20 years old, 21, maybe she's even 24.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give her based on your experience? Give me like 3 pointers so she doesn't have to go through the rocky road of success.
You need to do a lot of research. You need to do a lot of reading. You need to make sure you know your information, because the minute you go in there, you need to make sure you know your stuff. Plain and simple. If you do not, they will take advantage of you.
I agree with that. That's real talk. Okay, that's number 1.
Let's see. Well, I mean, you just have to be tough, because at the beginning, they're not going to take you seriously. So you have to keep pushing and keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you do not want to quit so easily, especially being a woman.
Wow. Okay, give me one more good one. Don't give it all away. They got to sign with you to get the real gems of information. Just one more quick one, you know what I mean?
And just find someone that is, already in that industry. Try to get mentored by them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes.
That means you got to listen, though, and that's a lot of
gotta
people's
listen
problem.
and be
They don't want to
patient.
listen,
And be patient.
and be patient.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask you this: what would you say is better? A good artist makes a good manager, or a good manager makes a good artist?
See, you need both to be good. You cannot have one being less than the other one, or then, how, if the artist is not good, how can a manager be making them better, and vice versa? Your manager might not be that good. They might be using you just to, step up, just use you for your music and stuff like that. But then that's gonna not make you a good artist,
But you see, Yessenia, we're stuck on this whole image, like from the movies, where you see a performer at the talent show, and then this guy comes up with the cigar and the slick hair, and he's like, "Kid, you're amazing." That's him smoking on the cigar. He's like, "We're gonna make you a star," right? And so that's what we think happens, but that does not happen, according to what you're saying. That's not really reality.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, there's been artists, they put one video out and in YouTube or whatever, and you see a bigger artist or a label company looking at your video, and they might like it, and they will contact you if they do see a potential in you.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't happen like that all the time. It doesn't happen so easily. You really have to work really hard for it.
And so I'm just curious, do you have a strategy for each artist? Like, do you have like a bullet points that you do? Okay, every artist needs to start with this. You need to build a nice Instagram, get a nice Facebook page, get a following, start playing shows. That's one way. Or is every single artist a different agenda? Like you meet each different artist and you say, okay, this guy's is going to need something different than what the last two guys needed.
Well, yeah, everybody needs the basics. They need to know how to push themselves in social media. They all need interviews. They all need to be out there. But each artist might be in a different level, and then some of them might need more pushing, or some of them might just want to do shows. It just depends on what they're looking for.
You know your stuff. I will say that. Every question that I've asked, I feel like I've gotten a satisfactory answer. You're very good at what you do. You know your stuff.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this little curveball question. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
As a manager, have you ever had one of your artists be intimidated, say, by a record label, where the record label says, look, we'll put you out, but you're going to need to wear less clothes. Like you need to dress more like Doja Cat, or you need to write more controversial songs, or we need to put your dirt out there about you and your ex-girlfriend in order to sell these records. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Controversy sells.
It does. And it's something that you should know as an artist, what can, stuff that can go on. Things that a bigger label might ask.
Mm-hmm.
They really have an idea of what kind of artist they want to put you as,
Because controversy can also ruin you.
It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah.
The wrong thing can ruin your whole career. And we have seen that with a lot of, bigger artists, where one little thing and social media makes it kind of easy for your dirt to be out there, something really bad to be out there. If you really have to be more, I guess, tamed, in certain things that you have to do. You can't be showing, like, say, okay, you're a rapper and say you're with all that gangster life and everything. A lot of people don't want to see all that. They really don't.
Yeah.
They don't want to see the violence, or that you're a gangster, or you have guns, or that you're doing drugs. They don't want to see that. They want to portray you in a different way.
Yeah.
And if they see that could go ahead and hurt your career. It's all about the image, and they see an image. As soon as they see you and they see that they might want you as an artist, they're gonna change you, and that's up to you as the artist if you want to change for that money or you don't.
Have you ever encountered artists that are combative with record labels? They're like, the record label's like, look, we want to change this one element of what you're doing. And the first thing the artist is, nah, man, you can't change me, man. Jimmy, he trying to change me, man. That's how they sound, right? You can't change me, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Right.
You old fish-eyed sucker.
I think that's what they all labels are.
Fish-eyed sucker.
And I have had an artist, one of my Cali artists, actually experienced that not too long ago. They wanted to actually sign him this deal, but they wanted to change a few things.
Yeah.
For him, and he said, well, not for this money, I would not change. And it wasn't a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
no.
an interesting. He said, I would change.
Yeah, but not for this amount.
Money.
Right.
Wow. As in the words of the great Colonel Sanders, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. Anyway, that's a reference to my favorite movie. You guys know what it is. Okay, so Yessenia, we love you to death. You're awesome. How do we stalk you on social media? We want to find you on the www. She's a strong, positive manager. She knows her stuff. I'm sure hundreds of artists are now going to bother you. What do we need to do to bother you professionally?
They can look me up at any social media platforms. They just have to look up for my name, Yessenia, and that's Yessenia. My last name is Cannon, Cannon, and you can find me on all social media platforms. They could contact me there. They could also send me an email if they'd like to at misscannonmanagement@gmail.com.
Nice.
And they need to just basically be prepared. Come to me with what you want, what you're looking for. Send me some music. And if you are that type of artist that will kind of grab my attention, then we can talk further. But it's very, very hard because, like I said, I have had plenty of artists that I had to turn down because they're sounding like everybody else. They don't have their unique style. They don't jump out. Like,
Isn't that a thing, like, just with this generation? Like, I don't recall more times in my life where so many artists sounded exactly the same. Like, when I was a kid, Michael Jackson didn't sound like Prince. Marvin Gaye
Right.
didn't sound like Smokey Robinson.
Right.
Like, there was just no way that Queen's album would sound like Led Zeppelin's album.
Right.
But now, I go on Apple Music. I can't tell the difference. I can literally hit a playlist, and I'm like, is this still the same guy? Because it's been like 9 songs. It's the same. I don't I'll be you might be doing right. You might be doing right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what is that? And I'm sorry if that's what you sound like, if you were just offended right now, because you're like, why are you imitating me? It's because you sound like you're mumbling, like you got a mouthful of marbles. Why don't you rap? You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother show. But I'm just saying everything does start to sound the same.
They do, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, to throw, to put out a few singles that go with the trend right now, because
Unless they
that's
sound
what.
like,
But then you have to have still a few other songs that are unique, that are your style. You don't want to sound like everybody else. Yes, go ahead and put a song that will go ahead and be that trend right now, that will go ahead and have people listen. But overall, would you rather just have them listen to that one single, or do you want them to listen to your whole EP?
Amen. I can't close the show on a stronger note than that. I love what you just said right there. And that is what's up, man. It's Yessenia Canyon on my show. Cannon, like you fire a cannon.
Right.
And Yessenia, like, rhymes with Yessenia. You know how you do. And that's what's up, man. It's the Ace Michael show. Yessenia out here rapping it and throwing it out there. She's spilling the real beans. You guys got some real talk today. It wasn't just entertainment on the show. It was edutainment. Yeah, for no extra charge.
Sorry.
And you know what I say at the end of the show, man? Live the life you love. Love the life you live. Thank you.